LPT. If you find a faster way to do something at your work, keep it a secret from your manager. Your work likely values high performers, not process improvers. If you tell your boss about a faster way to do something, they will have you do it that way from now on, and you will likely be rewarded with nothing. If you keep it a secret, you can use your added efficiency to magically perform better, and you will likely be rewarded with promotions, praise, and more free time. I don't know about you, but if you're good at your job, you get to do other people's jobs. Worked for me. 110,120 rate. And a long lunch. Only works if the boss isn't around to see what you're doing though. True story. Joined a company a while back whose main systems for operation are over 20 years old and a PITA. To do mass updates of anything in. When I was still new and stupid, I explained that I could do X much faster if they gave me SQL access. They were hesitant at first, but when they saw that I did X in seconds versus the hours or days it used to take them, guess who became the lucky guy that now hears give that problem to you yellow by the dozen as he can probably script something through SQL for us more often than someone who is not in IT should. I've automated my job 3 times and it just results in more work if anyone finds out. Wow, you left off one of the most important ones. Build a list of improved efficiencies and use it when you apply for a promotion. Corporations need to allow real bonuses again. I saved my company over $4 mil last year on one big issue. My bonus $5,000. If I hadn't saved the $4 mil, probably the same. My boss told me he wasn't allowed by executives to give out higher scores on reviews, so my bonus was limited. Why the fuck would I go above and beyond after that? I had a part-time job that required data entry from a spreadsheet into a website. A little browser automation, and I'm making money while watching TV. Also automated the validation just to be sure. My boss thinks I'm the best. I love good process improvement automation if it makes everyone's job easier. But if it only helps us, my little secret. I answer a lot of external emails. Sometimes over 150 a day. Most of which are variations on the same 20 questions or so. I created a Google Doc with answers to those questions that I copy-paste and then adjust. People are amazed at how fast I get through the emails. I love my boss. 'Cause this isn't the case for me. When I improve a process, everyone benefits. And my employer realizes that and shows her appreciation. I make more money and work less than the entire staff because I've showed initiative and improved processes across the board. Most of my job consists of improving processes now. And let me tell you, it's very cushy. I'd say it depends on whether you can trust your manager and what the improvement looks like. One of my employees figured out how to significantly decrease the time it took to complete a task our entire team has to do. Everyone hated this task. It's not an improvement that would mean I could downsize the team, nor would I ever snitch on them if it was lol, but it means we can basically skip a step in our projects, which means we can get more done. If it helps everyone, it doesn't take away a huge piece of someone's job. And your boss isn't a dick. It might be okay to share. You're doing so well. Here's some extra work that your lazy coworker didn't feel like doing. Keep up the good work. I'll get a raise for this and you'll get a mention on Yammer. This doesn't even have to be malicious. In my experience, most of the time, at least your direct manager isn't trying to screw you. If you're producing what's expected, they probably don't want the hassle of finding out something is better and whatever changes that might cause. One time, when I was young and naive, I came up with a much better way to do my job. I went to my bosses with a plan to try it out when there was no downside. No potential for anything to go wrong. A simple proof of concept. And I was told, no, we aren't going to try it. Because we think it might work. And then we'll be expected to do everything better from now on. Counterpoint. Get a job that isn't toxic where people are rewarded for their hard work. If you tell your boss about it, they will implement it as policy and reward you with more work at the same rate of pay. Depends on the kind of work and the company. I worked for a company years ago that would reward you if you found ways to save the company money. Didn't matter what level you were at. They'd give a 10 bonus of the total annual savings. Agreed. One time I told my boss I was working on a project. She loved the idea so much she gave me a timeline to finish my own damn project. I'm a manager. Had a dev on my team show me how ChatGPT could write code even though it still needs to be tweaked. And I told him I didn't care if he showed anyone else on the team or kept it to himself. But I told him not to change how he was estimating his work. Kids these days. I 100 did this. I was working with software where my boss said you could only change one value at a time. I fiddled with it and discovered you can. In fact, change as many as you want at one time. I am the highest producer on my team and always greatly exceed the quota. I've told no one. Never intend to. Great tip. Whenever my boss asks me if I can do something, I almost always say I am not sure. I just need some time to figure it out even if I know exactly how to solve the problem. I'd do it and then report to him after a week or so, telling him it's done. Boss is happy. I am happy. This has led him to believe any abilities, so when I actually need time to do something it's normal. LPT. If you need to keep improvements a secret from your supervisors, change jobs because your supervisors are shit. Teach people to fend for themselves. Yes. But also call out bad management and tell people that it shouldn't be up to them individually to address systematic work-related issues, please. You can get so efficient. You make yourself obsolete. If they find out your full-time job can be done in half the time, what do you think is going to happen to your job? True if you plan on staying at your position. I was able to better launch myself into new positions with more responsibility when I mentioned in my interviews that I made all these process improvements at previous positions. This LPT depends on your end goal emo. In my experience, you will make yourself indispensable where you are and never be afforded any opportunity to move up. Best just to add those things to your resume and jump ship. I really hate this advice. But I know it's true. I've been the benefactor of a coworker showing me tricks to do things faster or better, and I recall the reasoning was, why hold anyone back? Make them better and bring everyone up around you. Unfortunately, that was an older guy who was taught that by someone who didn't experience the crushing desolation of corporate greed. I really hate this advice. But I know it's true. Capitalism encourages innovation. If you figure out a faster way to do your job, keep it a secret from your boss. Lol. And this is where I'd drop an I had one. No company cares about you. Ever. People might. But people can't do shit when the numbers get crunched. If you manage to do anything at work quicker or easier, keep SHTUM and use it to your advantage. By all means, take on more work. Oversee an extra project or offer to train new talent. Whatever. But please stop giving away your tricks of the trade for free.